From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, April 30th, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.84 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,293 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $456. Antiwar.com reports at least 4 clinics have been hit by airstrikes in rebel-held districts of Syria's Aleppo province in a little over 2 days, with 3 more such buildings being hit on Friday. A number of people were wounded, but in these latest strikes, only 2 civilians were reported slain. The much larger strike, the Wednesday night hit on the Al-Quds hospital, continues to see its death toll rise, with the latest figures from Doctors Without Borders saying at least 50 civilians were killed in the attack, which effectively leveled the hospital. The clinics hit on Friday were much smaller, with one primarily used for dental surgery. Another of the sites, Al Marja Primary Healthcare, was operated by a Canadian non-governmental organization, which reported they'd evacuated the site after Wednesday and that 1 person was present. Over 200 people have been killed in Aleppo in the past 8 days. This has included the number of people killed in airstrikes across the rebel-held districts and people killed in government districts by rebels, primarily Al-Qaeda's Nusra Front. The casualties on both sides are almost exclusively civilians, and there is no indication that any territory has changed hands in several days, showing that the attacks, despite the huge body count, are not accomplishing anything. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates, like Namecheap and Amazon, at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports a Colorado woman who lured an expectant mother to a home and cut the unborn baby from her womb was sentenced on Friday to serve 100 years in prison. Dynel Lane was sentenced Friday in a Boulder court 2 months after she was convicted on charges of attempted murder, assault, and unlawful termination of a pregnancy. Boulder County District Attorney Stan Garnett had asked for the maximum 188 years. In March 2015, Dynel Lane lured Michelle Wilkins to a home in Longmont, about 35 miles north of Denver, by posting an online ad for baby clothes. When Wilkins arrived, Lane attacked her and cut the baby from her womb. The baby died, and Lane was captured by police when she showed up at a hospital claiming she had just had a miscarriage. Boulder County Judge Maria Birkencotter addressed the court as she imposed Lane's 100-year sentence. She said they will never get to see the child learn to crawl or walk or talk or sing or even hurl herself on the floor of the grocery store, and that is because, Miss Lane, you took that from them. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday rejected a bid to block a Texas law that requires voters to show a government-issued form of photo identification before casting a ballot, but left the door open to a renewed challenge before the November elections. The court denied a request by opponents of the law, including individual Texas voters who argued that it was not needed and disproportionately affected old and poor voters, including minorities who are less likely to possess such types of identification. Critics of the law and others like it passed in recent years in Republican-governed states said such statutes are intended to make it harder for groups that tend to back Democrats to vote. Backers of these laws contend that they are necessary to prevent voter fraud. A similar North Carolina law was upheld by a federal judge on April 25th. The law requires voters to present a photo identification such as a driver's license, passport, military ID, or concealed handgun license. Republican Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton welcomed the Supreme Court's action, calling the measure a common-sense law to provide simple protections to the integrity of our elections and the democratic process in our state. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.